Ladies and gentlemen, so our favorite company in the world, Kabam, have just announced a list of changes coming to Alliance War for Season 3 in Marvel Contest of Champions. And I must say, ladies and gentlemen, you better grab your umbrellas right now, because it's going to be a shitstorm tonight in the endgame Marvel Contest of Champions community. A lot of these changes look like they were made with the intention of selling a lot more potions and encouraging more people to wail out on the brand new champions with loads of super fun mechanics like unavoidable damage and unspecified block break. And if you don't know what I'm on about, I'd check out Brian Grant's latest video in Domino where he gets absolutely mullered. But ladies and gentlemen, let's have a bit of a chat, because there is some good stuff in here, especially if you're lower down in the tiers, like right lower down and a fairly new player. There's maybe a bit of a silver lining here, but if you're an endgame player, oh boy, your life is about to get significantly more fun. So the first change, which I actually like a little bit, instead of 8-week-long seasons, they're going to be changed into shorter 4-week seasons with 2 weeks off between each season. So I like that the seasons are shorter now, but also in accordance with this, they have also reduced the rewards as well, and also the minimum number of wars you must participate in to qualify for season rewards is still going to remain at 5 wars if you want to get in for those dank rewards. Secondly, if you are in the Gold 1 bracket, they are also slightly buffing the rewards, so they're adding in 1,125 Tier 5 basic Catalyst fragments, so that's just over 2% of a fully formed T5 basic, you lucky ducks, and also 4,500 Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst fragments to the rewards for the Gold 1 bracket. So, you know, if you stay in Gold 1 for the next 7 years, you might be able to take up one champion to rank 5. And next up is a change which I just find a little bit annoying in some regards. So I'm just going to read this out in full. So third, we will be removing points for defender diversity. While this scoring method was originally meant to act as a tiebreaker, and we have moved closer and closer with every iteration of defender diversity, it is still determining the winner in many wars, as many alliances were still able to achieve 100% map exploration. Failing to completely diversify your defenders would lead to an automatic loss, resulting in these wars being determined before the war even started. In many other cases, diversity was also forcing users to place weaker champions, resulting in easily defeated defenders. So, you know, those potion sales, man, they're not going to sell themselves if you're face rolling over a Red Hulk there. As we will continue to monitor wars and defender placement, we will determine if defender diversity will return in later seasons, but want to avoid the return of spreadsheet wars, which, you know, I can understand the spreadsheet wars thing to a certain extent, because that is a huge pain in the ass, but to say that a lot of alliance wars were decided by defender diversity, I think when it comes to a lot of the top ones, at least that I've seen, attack bonus was kind of the main decider, but then again, you could make the argument that defender diversity was factored in that as well. But it's just kind of the annoying thing of like being like really fucked about in terms of like your rank up strategy for defense, because, you know, it used to be like the top 5 Mystic champions, Mystic Dispersion, Fiesta, maybe a Spider-Man, maybe a Nightcrawler in there as well. And with diversity, like a lot of people have taken up different champions for different lanes and different nodes to, you know, maximize the amount of points there. And now we're going back to the old, you know, same old like 5 top most annoying champions. So we are going to be seeing, I assume, quite a lot of Medusas, a lot of Modocs, quite a few Nightcrawlers about, and more Infinity War Iron Man, and probably more Dominoes as well, all over the place. So yeah, I think this is also just to, you know, a secondary effect is to encourage people in the big whaley alliances, if there is like a really good or annoying defender, if, you know, one person has that, like previously, then that was fine, that was whoop-de-doo, diversity quota met. But now, everybody can have as many of that champion as they want as a 4-star, 5-star, 6-star. So yeah, I dread the next big defender coming in the game. And I feel like, you know, that change alone is going to make the average high-tier alliance war even more difficult. But ladies and gentlemen, it does not stop there. So this is just something, when it comes to the the easy and normal ones, so this is in the lower tiers, they've actually reduced the participation requirements on the Alliance, and I think they've designed an entirely new map, so that only 5 summoners are needed per battle group to do it. So yeah, seems like a bit of an interesting one, and they've also removed portals from that, so that's going to be like a nice learning curve in the early game. However, ladies and gentlemen, let's also talk about the significant boost in difficulty. If having you know, MODOK, Medusa, and Infinity War Iron Man on every single node wasn't enough, there is also going to be a second wave of mini-bosses, which have some wonderful, fun, new nodes, ladies and gentlemen. So at this time, exploration and battle group completion is still nearly always 100%, but should be the determining factor of which alliance wins the war, and not the attacker bonus. So basically, it's not about skill, it's not about one-shotting the opponent, it's about having enough potions and boost to muscle your way through the 2 waves of mini bosses and the final boss to make sure that you can pay to win your alliance war, which is a really, really great time. So therefore, nodes 27 to 31 on both of these maps will act as a second set of mini bosses. However, one of the things, you know, a little arrow in your favor is they are going to be visible before you enter the map, so attackers will be able to plan ahead to counter the champions in use, and defenders will have a secondary layer of tricky fights outside of just the mini-bosses and final bosses at the top of the map. This is more of a challenge, but in the past we've tried to increase the difficulty to rein in the 100% completion, but have yet been able to do it. We will continue to monitor the difficulty of these maps, and shorter seasons will allow us to iterate it quicker. The buff changes will be as follows. So on node 27, which used to be a bit of stun immunity, true strike, mirror image, the new buffs is we're going to have that super great new node counter tactics, which increases the opponent's attack by 20% for every single hit that you have on the combo meter, at least to the best of my knowledge. That is exactly how that node works. And yeah, alongside that, we're also going to have stun immunity. So as I was saying, I believe in like the Chadwick and Tom Holland's challenge. Like if there is ever an evade champion with this node, it's just going to immediately one-shot you if you get like screwed over by an evade. And evade is definitely a mechanic that still has many intervals in the combat interaction after special attacks, after certain mediums. I swear to God, during certain light attacks as well, you get instantly attacked in. So yeah, there's all sorts of wonderful fun stuff still going on with wonderful mechanics like evade. So yeah, you've got counter tactics and stun duration there as well as also breakthrough and buff duration. I think breakthrough, I may be wrong on this one, but I think that's the one where they start with like a lot more armor, and then the more the fight goes on, the more damage you deal. But again, that's going to be just a great combo with counter tactics, isn't it? Oh my goodness, looking forward to that. Node 27 there, and then we have node 28. So the old buffs on this used to be Stun, Bleed Immunity, Limber, Stupefy, and now you have Dismay, which I'm not too sure what Dismay does actually, so if anybody could put that in the comments below, that'd be greatly appreciated. And then we have Stun, Stupefy, Limber at 20%, Bleed Immunity, and Poison Immunity. So this one doesn't seem too bad, but then again, I think that most of the difficulty looks like it's going to be around Dismay, and I can't remember what the Dismay node does, so yeah, we're gonna have to see on that one. And the next one we have, which is really great fun as well, is node 29. So it previously used to be just heal block and power gain times 1.5, which, you know, is fairly straightforward to deal with, but now you have all or nothing, you have heal block 2, you have plagued mind 2, which I believe that's the one where you get like power drained every certain amount of seconds, so that's such a great combo with all or nothing, and strike back. But I think, you know, Luke Cage and Magic should be able to manage that, but again, it just makes like a really easy node even more annoying. And also that is a really big, they've actually got some really big health boost on these as well. So yeah, 300% health boost added to every single node as well, which is a really great time. And then we have node 30, which we have, well, previously we had power gain times 1.5 and power start 1, and now we have corner 2, we have feats of power, aspect of evolution, power start 1, and also everybody's favorite node, masochism. So yeah, that's going to be a super fun little masochism mini boss there. And then finally on node 31, we have mystic ward, recovery 100%, buff duration, and also buff it. So pretty much like another node 24 added to one of the mini bosses, which is a super great time there. Fun, ladies and gentlemen. And expert, the only real like increase on expert is just another 50% on top of that champion's attributes as well. But ladies and gentlemen, is this stuff to enhance the fun and competitive integrity of Alliance War, or is it to make more money? I genuinely feel if Kabam wanted to add competitive integrity to Alliance War, they would do two things. They would disable the use of any boost within Alliance War, and whenever you entered Alliance War, everybody would have exactly the same amount of resources to clear their path with. So just as like a standard example, every time you went into Alliance War, you'd have like, I don't know, like one team revive at 50% and like 3 individual revives at 50% and like a stack of health potions, and that would be static to every single player. There would be no way to buy and spend a lot of money to gain additional health advantages and additional attack advantages. But ladies and gentlemen, this is just the state of Alliance War 2018. It is a massive whale milking fiesta and a whale war, so that's pretty much it. And these changes look pretty terrible from the offset, so we're gonna have to see, ladies and gentlemen, going into Alliance War Season 3, it's gonna be fun. So ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to smash that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you've got your thoughts and opinions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. I'm interested to see if anybody can find a good silver lining from these Alliance War changes, because all I see is a desperate plea to extract even more money out of those endgame whales. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.